partial differential equation PD, chapter 1, first order partial differential equation, lecture 2. So I will be starting with the surfaces, okay? So here surface, the definition of the surfaces, let us see, okay, the topic under the surfaces, okay? A point x, y, z in space is said to lie on a surface if the coordinates x, y and z satisfies this equation, okay? And I have considered this equation to be 1, okay? Equation 1. This is f of x comma y comma z, and where f is a continuous. Now this f is what? Continuous differentiable function. So it is a, this f is a continuous differentiable function, okay? This f is nothing but continuous differentiable function, okay? So that I'll write it on the next page better. So where f is a continuously differentiable function defined on a domain in R3. Therefore, a surface is the locus of a point moving in space with 2 degrees of freedom. Consider a set of relation of the form. So here f, you know what is f? Continuous differentiable function defined on the domain in R3. Therefore, a surface is the locus, okay, of a point moving in a space with 2 degrees of freedom. Then you all have to consider the set of relations in the form of this. Now this is the set of relations. So this 3, no, you all write it down, okay? So it is basically it is like this, f3 of u comma v, okay? Write this in proper way, okay? Now this is x is equal to f1 of u comma v, y is equal to f2 of u comma v, and z is equal to f3 of u comma v, this f3 of u comma v, okay? Write it properly and take this as equation 2, okay, for your better understanding, okay? When I am explaining you all, I can explain you all better. So then for each pair of values of u and v, they correspond 3 numbers x, y and z, and hence a point x, y, z in space. It is however not true that every point in space corresponds to pair u and v. So if the Jacobian, so that I will give you all on the next page. So what this means, now this is the set of the what? Set of the relations, right? It is of this form. So for each pair of values of u and v, they corresponds 3 numbers x, y, z, and hence the points in this space, these points, okay? So we'll see if the Jacobian, now this Jacobian is not equal to 0. This is what dou f1 comma f2 upon dou u comma v is equal to dou f1 upon dou u, dou f2 upon dou v minus dou f1 upon dou v, dou f2 upon dou u is not equal to 0. Then the first two equations of the two can be solved to express u and v as functions of x and y locally. Say the continuation of this part, okay? U is equal to lambda of x comma y and v is equal to mu of x comma y by the inverse function theorem. Then u and v are determined once x and y are known, and the third equation in 2. 2 is what? 2 is here, this, okay? Gives a value of z for these values of x and y, that is z is equal to f3 of lambda of x comma y comma mu of x comma y. So it gives the value of z. So for this one, okay? Now next part is what? Which is thus a functional relationship between the coordinates x, y and z as in 1. Equation 1 is which one? This one, right? Thus any point x, y, z determined from equations 2 always always lie on a fixed surface. For this reason, equations of the type 2 are called parametric equations of the surface. However, parametric equations of a surface are not unique, as the following example demonstrates. Okay, so which is the equation 2 which I have already, this one. Okay, so that's what I have mentioned over here, everywhere 2. So they are called as parametric equations of the surface. Which one it is? This one. Now let us take one example, the parametric equation. Now there are two parametric equations are given. One is this one and the other one is this one. Okay. Now x is equal to a sine u cos v, y is equal to a sine u sine v, z is equal to a cos u. Okay. Now and x is equal to a 1 minus v square upon 1 plus v square into cos u. Y is equal to a 1 minus v square upon 1 minus v square into sine u. Z is equal to 2av upon 1 plus v square. Okay. Now these are the two parametric equations where a is constant. Everywhere you all can see there is a, right? And it is constant. Now both represents the surface. Both meaning what? Now both the parametric equation represents the surface. X square plus y square plus z square is equal to a square, which is a sphere. So which is a sphere. Okay. Let us now go back to the equation of the curve. So we have in the previous lecture I have given you all the definition of the curve in space. So that's what, this is the equation of the curve, parametric equation of the curve. Okay. That is what, let me say, x is equal to f1 of t, y is equal to f2 of t, z is equal to f3 of t. Now, on eliminating t between f1 and f2, we obtain a relation phi of x comma y is equal to 0. So similarly, what will happen? f1 and f3 we get psi of x comma z is equal to 0. Hence, a curve can be taught has the points of intersection of two surfaces. If the parametric s in the equation of a curve is the length of the curve measured from some fixed points, then dx by ds, dy by ds, dz by ds are the direction cosines of the tangent to the curve at that point s. Suppose that a curve C where x of s, y of s, z of s lies on the surface S whose equation is f of x comma y comma z is equal to 0, then what is going to happen? F of x of s, we are going to write this as f of x of s, y of s comma z of s is equal to 0 for all s. Okay. Now on differentiating with respect to s we get, so if I differentiate this with respect to s, what I will get? Dou f by dou x dx by ds, for this part it is. Okay, for this part. Then for second, with f with this one, dou f by dou y into dy by ds plus dou f by dou z dz by ds is equal to 0. Okay. So what I have done is, first I have taken with this, then with this and with this one. Okay, I have differentiated this part here and I got this, which is equal to 0. Now this is the condition that a tangent to the curve C at the point P of x comma y comma z is perpendicular to the line with direction ratios. Now these are the direction ratios, dou f by dou x comma dou f by dou y comma dou f by dou z. It may be noted that a curve C is an arbitrary except for the fact that it passes to the point P and lies on the given surface. Therefore, we can conclude that the line whose direction ratios are given by dou f by dou x, dou f by dou y, dou f by dou z is perpendicular to the tangent to every curve lying on S and passing to P, and therefore they give the direction ratios of the normal to the surface S at point P. So with this I am done with today's lecture. In the next lecture I will be doing the general form of the first order PD. Okay. And thanks for watching. And you all can take down all this part. You all can write it down. So this is the last part of today's lecture, this one.